Labor Day weekend is over. As I said, in the waning hours of summer, the nation, I think this weekend was sort of consumed by speculation. Is Donald Trump dying? And it is my pleasure to report today that no, he seems like he's doing fine. What did you guys make of that this weekend? Was Trump going out like Chera? It's one of those things that always be cautious about things that you want to believe to be true. But I have a strong suspicion that Donald Trump will live to be 112 years old.
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing. If anyone out there in the audience, I know that some of you're the type of Americans where your grandmother is 34. I don't understand that, but that's most people. But for people more of my persuasion, where you have the youngest grandparent you have is 98. You know what it's like when they get sick. When an 80-something, a 90-something year old, when they get cancer, it takes them 30 years to die. Doctors explained this to me, that their cells are exhausted from doing body stuff their entire life. So it's like the cancer is walking through their body and not sprinting like when someone is younger. I think he probably is diseased in some ways. I've seen a lot of old people in my time. Usually when you have to put makeup all over their hands, it's because either you've been burning them on purpose or because of a gross problem they have, or both. But I think the stuff about him having a series of strokes was, I don't know. It's the same thing that happens every time. Whenever there's a shot of an old person and their ankles look weird and they're like, I'm a live-in nurse and this only happens when old people are going to die. And it's no, old people have gross stuff that happens to them all the time. They live another 50 years. I do think something is off though. Because he's just even during the Epstein thing, Hassan pointed this out, when everyone, even his supporters, were you're a pedophile, you're a pedophile, you're doing all the stuff a pedophile would do. He was still doing 12 hours a day of media. So I don't know.
I think the speculation started when he had no public events scheduled for the week. Didn't even seem like maybe he was playing golf this weekend, but I think we should start worrying about him when he doesn't show up for the golf course. But fueling this speculation, I feel like you mentioned it. We have to begin with what's going on with his hand, because in recent public appearances, he has what appears to be a large amount of pancake makeup or just paint covering one of his hands. Now, this could be a number of things. It could be covering up a very large liver spot, or perhaps bruising caused by the repeated removal of an IV. What do you think is going on with Trump's hand?
I don't know. He could have run out of good vein. Is he shooting between his toes?
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I mean, I would figure it's that. What else would it be? Did he get it banged up doing Muay Thai?
He sat on it too long, doing the friendly stranger routine.
See, that's pedophilia. Because they're so small. He's basically pretending a child is jacking him off. And I'm not okay with that.
And I suppose the other thing that led to speculation about Trump's well-being is just, I don't know, several recent statements from J.D. Vance where he was just hey, just so you all know, I'm totally ready to be president at the drop of a hat, should anything happen. I'm still here, guys, and I'm ready to serve, day one.
Do you think he used to say that to his mom or his grandma, his Mima? I'm ready to take over any time. If you have to go to the hospital or something.
It's hard to evince much meaning from that, because it's well, what else would he say? If they ask the vice president, hey, if the president dies, are you ready? Are they supposed to go, no. I'm going to kill myself if that happens? Straight up, I'm not ready for it. I'm fucking terrified.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm probably going to start cutting because you asked me. It's so scary to think about.
I only said yes to the VP position because I thought I would never have to do anything. It's the most meaningless job in government. I'm very scared I might have to become president. Please, someone replace me.
That is kind of the thing I thought was strange about people getting really excited about it. I mean, granted, it would be hilarious if he just, just all the shitty habits and everything just instantly catches up with him. Like, he can't even take another year of being president. But, like, I don't know. It's too hard to read the tea leaves on this one. I think on balance, it would probably be worse if JD was president, even though I doubt he could hold the coalition together quite as well.
Right. I mean, like, because, like the common refrain you heard for a long time was like, what if it was Trump's fascist policies, but someone who was competent or young, like JD Vance. But like, that may be true, but he just doesn't have the riz because he's such a dour schoolmarm and doughboy. But I mean, the other thing that people are speculating about is like there's some funny photos of Trump, and they were like, "Oh, he looks terrible," but like I don't know how to gauge that either because like he always looks terrible. Like he's looked like shit for as long as I can remember. Like he looked like shit when he was running for president back in 2016. Like he never looks good. So like when you see a photo of him wearing a giant hat and his like mouth is slack jawed and his eyes look like two little piss holes in the snow. Like how am I supposed to judge that on like, oh wow, Trump is really looking bad today. Something may be wrong with the president.
Yeah, that's a great picture. He's giving dry SpongeBob, and it's iconic. And like SpongeBob, the second he left Sandy's dome, he was fine again.
Yeah, I always think about like what it feels like to be him. It probably
must really feel good.
Yeah,
probably good as fuck.
It has to feel like spending like a million years in purgatory, but in a hotel. Like that picture, the picture of him with his mouth just gaping open. I just automatically feel thirsty when I see that. That is the exact sensation of like very harsh Best Western AC completely drying your mouth out.
Diet Coke. I need a Diet Coke. Yeah, I guess, it's just like people still want they want the juice. They want the excitement of when we all thought he was going to die of COVID, but I don't think we're going to be so lucky to have him go out like Chera. Though I will say Brandon outliving Trump would be a hilarious quirk of history.
I mean, it might happen. He is, I think more funnier than him just dropping dead now is just this continued slide into Brandonness, both physiologically and in a more figurative sense.
Yeah, people don't really die anymore. That's the thing. At least rich people and celebrities.
That's true. The only time someone dies is when it's like a Tom Sizemore type.
Yeah.
Someone who would have died at any time in history.
Or Gene Hackman, and there's some sort of freak accident involving dogs.
But he was still like 93. That's basically not dying.
That's the youngest a rich person dies now. It's crazy.
Yeah. You have to be like a real Coleman Francis type. Like you have to have specifically sort of the habits in the body of a drifter who's fat.
You think all that drifting would burn up some calories?
It's like a Katamari. You pick stuff up as you go.
Yeah, so like he appeared today at a press conference, and people were like, "Oh, Trump press conference at 2:00. He's going to come out there and go, 'Hello, I am dead now. Goodbye.'" But unfortunately, it was just to announce that he was changing the location of the head of the Space Force from Colorado to Alabama. And this also comes amid his recent announcement that he would like to change the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War, and the Secretary of Defense to the Secretary of War, which is what it was called, prior to World War II. It was right after World War II that they changed it to the Department of Defense rather than the Department of War.
Yeah, then we started losing them.
Yeah, exactly.
You notice that?
Yeah, and he's not wrong about that. I gotta say. Department of Defense is not really, an accurate moniker for what that part of our government does. So, and then also, he is sending the Navy to Venezuela. I don't know if he's going to start a war with Venezuela soon, but that certainly seems like it might be in the offing.